Update: am I the butthole for being upset that my husband used my bonus on him? Hello Reddit. It has been a couple months since my last post and so much has happened. I first want to thank everyone who reached out and snapped me out of this daze with my soon-to-be ex. He was extremely toxic and just made me feel not even worth anything. Thus, probably why it was so hard to see he wasn't it. So I want to thank everyone who offered words of encouragement and even the tough love. I needed to hear it. After he went back to his parents, he was waiting for my apology, which I never did, and when he noticed I drained our joint bank, he escalated, saying I was his and how I could never actually leave him and that he owned me. All of my success was his and without him I would a loser drop out. His family was even worse because I had already blocked them, so they started making fake accounts and using apps to hide their number to harass me. Saying I ruined their son's life and how he sacrificed everything to get me where I am. To throw him to the side like this was disgusting and I deserved to rot. I provided all this to my lawyer, who recommended I take a restraining order, in case he wanted to escalate further, and to not engage ever but just keep the records. This has caused my anxiety to go through the roof, and I am working on this with my therapist. I have separated the finances completely and changed my banks, even told them my STBX is never allowed to access these accounts because he would take it all and run. I have changed my number and gone completely social media less. Besides this, part of me is broken that our marriage came to end over a computer. I keep thinking I am stupid and how I couldn't see the warning signs. I must look like a fool to everyone. All in all, I'm slowly picking up the pieces of my life and figuring out how to move forward. Thank you to anyone still reading this, and thank you everyone who helped me get here. Summary: I am officially filing for divorce after I never apologized to him, which only made my soon-to-be ex-husband and his family started harassing me to the nth degree. I was having a panic attack every time the phone rang, so I had to change my number and delete any social media. I am gaining my freedom from my toxic partner and his family. Web link. Your marriage didn't come to an end because of a computer. It came to an end because of yourself. That just happened to be the final straw that opened your eyes to the reality of your relationship. I know this hurts, but it will get better. Original poster replies: I try to remember this. It didn't end because of one event. But of course I got put on blast for divorcing over a computer and get labeled immature. It hurts, but I know I can't listen to them or I will forever be a cash cow to my ex. Tell them your ex said all the crap about owning you and you being a loser who wouldn't make it without him. If they get back on your side, they're worth keeping around. If not, take out the trash while you're getting rid of the dumpster fire that is your ex. Original poster replies: a few friends were on my side, but I lost the majority. They keep saying how I am selfish and how I would be okay because I have the job. Original poster replies: marriage is for better or worse, not just something convenient. How would I feel if my husband was making money and I bought something to make me feel better because I was depressed and my husband divorced me? So I dropped trying to plead my case. They can have him and his family. For worse means things like illness or financial strife, not one person being selfish to the detriment of the other. It's a partnership, and he wasn't acting like a partner. Original poster replies: I guess my ex took that as even if his behavior is for the worse, I'm supposed to stay by him. Smiley face. I doubt that he's able to understand how bad his behavior was. Google narcissistic personality disorder. Unless you legitimately have a degree in psychology, and if you do, shame on you, don't be giving out diagnoses or suggestions of a diagnosis on the internet. This does no good trying to tell her that her ex has an actually very rare mental illness when it is incredibly likely he does not. Some people are just crafty. It is not an incredibly rare mental illness. It's a cluster B personality disorder that is quite common. Whether he is diagnosed with it or not, knowing that he matches a significant number of characteristics of the disorder will help her understand what kind of behavior to expect from him and in his family and friends, and to understand that she is not to blame for any of the abuse she's suffered from him. His behavior is not merely crafty, it is crafty in very consistent and predictable ways. Yes, it helped me identify things my ex was doing that just didn't make sense before, and I always ended up thinking I was crazy, selfish, worthless, etc. And even if he doesn't have it, original poster should know what to expect from him. Even if he's just showing symptoms of NPD but not actually a narcissist, he could still act similar to a narcissist. Original poster should get all the tools she can, including what she might expect from him. You do know that number is so low because many don't get diagnosed because the disorder literally tells their brain they don't need to see a therapist, and if they do, they will change themselves, so they don't actually get seen for who they really are, right? Yeah, and even if they get diagnosed they might ignore it. My best friend's mom was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, along with bipolar disorder, and she completely ignores it, badmouths the doctor who gave the diagnosis. Don't be giving out diagnoses or suggestions of a diagnosis on the internet. Nobody diagnosed anything, my man. Just suggested a possible avenue of research. Also, an estimated 6.2% of the population are diagnosed with NPD in their lifetime. That isn't very rare. That's 600x the death rate for coronavirus. Edited to add, as others have pointed out, this number gets even more weighty when you take into consideration that this is only diagnosed cases, and the symptoms of NPD play directly into not seeking treatment or a diagnosis. Your ex chose to sit at home. During that time, how many chores did he do? Were you coming home to dinner in a clean house? After all, you have a full-time job, and since housekeeping is so easy, he should be able to get it all done in an hour with 7 to spare, right? How many job applications was he sending out? At least one a day, right? Oh. He was just playing video games all day without contributing anything to the household? That sounds like a super mature almost 30-year-old and totally not a 6th grader on summer break. With all that out of the way, how exactly did he make you or contribute to where you are now? It's not like he worked to be able to keep the house afloat while you followed your dreams or went back to school. It's not like he took care of everything at home so you could focus 100% on work. Was his dick so magical that it made your career blossom? Yep. I'm disabled, and my wife supports us. I do child care, home care, grocery shopping, meal prep, cleaning. My wife is working from home, and I make sure she has meals that fit into her work schedule, and when she goes back to work in a couple weeks I'll make sure she has lunches. That's how our division of labor works, and we're both content with it. She helps me out around the house a bit each day and more on the weekends, because it's a huge task especially with my disability, and I make sure she's able to get her work done. Sounds like you kept your actual friends and lost the trash. Original poster replies. Funny thing is those were the friends that I would always spot or treat to lunches, movies, dinners, etc., and yet I'm still the selfish one? Weird how those people are the ones uncomfortable with a scenario where leeches face consequences. Macron / Macron, great job standing up for yourself. Original poster replies. They can enjoy all of those outings but on my ex's dime. Which he doesn't have, smiley face. Oh savage, smiley face. He said he owns you. Anyone who is okay with that statement is not your friend. Please don't feel like you look like a fool. It is hard to get out of toxic relationships, even when you know they're toxic. What you're doing is brave. It's so easy to stay in the comfort of what you know, even when it's a bad situation. You have mentioned, he is down on his luck for 2 to 3 years and has stopped looking for jobs at least until the end of the pandemic. He does no chores in the house to otherwise help you. He refuses counseling. He feels entitled to your money and your success. You are not leaving someone when they are down on their luck. You are leaving someone who has stopped trying, does not appreciate your effort enough to help you, refuses to get help and feels he can take advantage of you. Original poster replies. Thank you. At first, I felt the need to defend myself and tell my story. But just like how he spun his tale, I was spinning mine. It's been a couple months and I'm not going to lie, it still hurts when I get called spoiled for leaving over a computer, and sometimes I still get defensive and say no, but it's slowly affecting me less. I know my truth and how he treated me, and I don't need to justify that to anyone. I am happy to hear you got out of your toxic relationship and thank you for the insight. I am learning I will be okay. I want to address this specifically. I must look like a fool to everyone. You absolutely do not. You look like someone who managed to find the courage to do something extremely difficult. Abusive relationships, And make no mistake, this was abuse. Financial abuse is a real thing, as is emotional abuse, are incredibly hard to escape from. Relationships require emotional investment, and even in a bad relationship, it's natural to think, I've put so much of myself into this relationship, so I need to try to fix it. Abusers know this, and will do everything they can to undermine your self-confidence so that fixing an unfixable relationship seems more feasible than leaving it. I'm so very proud that you were able to push past the manipulation, both from him and his family, and escape from that toxic relationship. And the fact that you're taking this seriously enough to involve a lawyer is a great news, because it shows that you're not going to fall into the trap of let's try to fix this one more time. So no, you don't look like a fool. You look like a woman who has finally realized her worth as a person, and, unlike a bonus from work, your soon-to-be ex-husband can't take that away from you. Original poster replies. This made me tear. Thank you for these words. I really had no self-value or worth coming into this. Original poster replies. Even in therapy I broke down saying I had failed my marriage, and I was getting a divorce because I am unhappy. I now see this thinking is due to the emotional abuse from my ex. I never felt good enough and like I was walking on eggshells in my own home. Original poster replies. I am thankful I took the steps to get a lawyer because we have been able to document all the verbal harassment from his family. I'm no therapist, and frankly, I'm not the best at dealing with emotions in general, but I do know a bit about lacking self-confidence. When you don't have any, you start to think of that as normal, and having any at all feels like an excess. Just a normal amount of self-confidence starts to feel like conceit, self-respect starts to feel like narcissism, self-care like overindulgence. You end up buried so deep that just climbing back up to the surface can mess with your head, and make you feel like you're trying to elevate yourself above your station. It's a tenacious, self-perpetuating mindset, and it's hard as heck to break out of. You look like a queen to everyone here, for whatever that's worth. Hooray! Original poster. Web link. Original poster replies. Thank you for linking. I thought I had, but I guess I didn't add the link correctly. I am relieved to be taking my first steps towards finding myself. I'm in the middle of a divorce. I bankrolled my soon-to-be ex-husband while he sat on his butthole all day smoking weed and playing games. You deserve so much better. You'll be fine. Found ex's post. Proud of you, original poster. Stay strong. Web link. Isn't it funny how you'd be nothing without him, yet you're so powerful you ruined him? Proud of you for recognizing your worth. I hope you're feeling proud too. Original poster replies. At first I was feeling guilty. He is stuck at his parents because he doesn't work or have money, but after they kept making demands for me to apologize and then do more for my ex to make up for my outburst, I knew I couldn't anymore. I still have days where I think it's all my fault, but I can't keep going back. Each day I gain a little more confidence that I made the right choice. He's making a choice to not work and be stuck there. Just like you made a choice to not put up with being treated like a piggy bank any longer, and will soon be completely rid of this toxic influence. Glad to hear you had a light bulb moment after posting. Original poster replies. I thank Reddit for the encouragement and also showing me how he posted. Original poster replies. When I told him how people thought he was a butt, he said I was pathetic and stupid for posting online to get validation from strangers. Yet isn't that what he did? But realized he was wrong and deleted. He can never admit his faults or wrongdoings, as they were always someone else's faults that got him mad. I am tired of his hypocrisy. Congratulations on getting away from that pos. Original poster replies. Thank you. I never knew being on my own could feel so freeing yet terrifying. I'm still taking it one day, and I even find myself thinking it wasn't that bad, just one computer. But if I don't stand up for myself now, I don't think I ever will. From one woman to another. Trust me, it gets so much better. Life and choices open up. You'll realize things about yourself too. It's truly wonderful. I hope you have as good a time on this journey as I did. I didn't see the original post at the time, but after reading it, just wow. This internet stranger is proud of you. Hang in there. Original poster replies. Thank you for kind words. It has been emotionally draining and I find myself just rerunning through these past months thinking, where did it go wrong? Could I have stopped it? And I keep coming to know he never viewed me as a part, we just a cash cow. I am trying to discover who I am without him. Please read and realize your marriage didn't just end over a computer. I'm glad you got out and can work on yourself and your happiness. Web link. I totally read STBX as crapbox. Which is kind of accurate in this case. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.